So today, today we will discuss about the money market, capital market. So all these things we will discuss today only. Just a second, okay? Okay. So we have read about like what is the money market. Okay. I think we have covered this money market, or isn't it? We have read about money market or not?
No, I think not.
Not? Okay, fine. I'll do that. See, the money market is basically, you can say, when you require funds for any short-term requirement, then we rely on the money market. So it basically deals in the short-term loans that will raise, basically you can say, any loan that you require for less than 1 year is basically your need is met by the money market. So as the short-term security, these are the commodities which are being there in the money market. So here you can say that the trading in the money market is done over the counter and is wholesale. What is the over the counter means? Like it doesn't take much time. It is like over the, like the dealing is being finalized between 1 or 2 days only. So that is the over the counter. Okay. So there are several money market instruments like treasury bill, commercial paper, banker acceptance, certificate of deposit. So these are the basically the, you can say, various types of instrument which are available. Okay, so these instrument bear different variety. I mean, these varies from each other on the basis of like what is the maturity, what are the basic features, and if they are liquid or what. So but money market, whenever we require a short term, like we require short term for what, we require short term funds for the working capital. So for the working capital we rely on the money market. So there are basically four types of commodity money. The first is the fiat money, then is the fiduciary money, and the commercial bank money. Okay, so what is the commodity money? Like the where the money relies on the intrinsic valuable of the commodity, like they act as a medium of exchange. Okay, the valuable commodities like gold, silver, so they come under the commodity money. Then is the fiat money, that is they get its value from the government order, like they rely on something which is basically the value is being uh, derived from the government order. So money market, basically whenever you are finding out for some liquidity or so, we rely on the money market. Then coming on to like what is the role of the money market? See, first I have written that the role of the money market is it helps to commence commerce and industry. How? Like whenever you start up with any industry, okay, whenever you think of any business, it is not that you have to start up with a fixed cost and all that. That is a primary thing. But when you have to run a business, then you require the working capital. So for that working capital, you have to rely on the money market. Even if you have some suppose if you want to grab some opportunity, business opportunity, and you are looking for that, and then to basically grab that opportunity, you may require some funds which are for the short term. So for that, you have to rely on the money market. Then is help to the government. So how it helps the government is like whenever you can say any like company is being developed in the sector where there is not much growth, like in the rural sector, why you think that the government is paying very much attention? Okay, set up your industrial unit in the rural sector and then we will give you this much subsidy. Because whenever an industry, new industry come into some or this rural areas, and so it will basically lead to the overall development of that area. How come? Because there come the various medical opportunities, then there come the employment opportunities, and the road and infrastructure facilities is being grown, electricity, power, water, everything come into existence when the industry come over there. Because it becomes more and more, you can say, helpful to the government in the whenever they have planning to develop those sector. That is why you must have read of, okay, whenever an industrial unit is being set up in the rural sector, okay, it is finally provided with some sort of a subsidies by the government. Then it is help to the central government. So the central government, you can say, is the one who is playing the very important role in the money market. The developed money market helps the central bank in implementing the central banking and monetary policies. How? Like whenever you can see in the central bank, okay, how they provide you with the money market instrument, they provide you various types of features which are being required by you, which are being you are looking up for when you are looking up for the short term funds requirement. Then is help to the banks. Like whenever we see bank, we see, okay, bank has a one function that they accept deposit from the public and they are giving you the loan. Okay, just a second. Okay, so sorry. Okay, so bank basically accept deposit from the you can see the general public, and they are providing you with the various types of the loan. So while when the bank is providing loan, bank observe fundamental principle of banking. So what is the fundamental principle of banking? That it looks up for like liquidity, profitability, and the diversification risk. Okay, whenever a bank provides you with any sort of a, you can say, loan, it find out, okay, how much profitable the project will be, how much liquidity will be there. So all these things the bank take into consideration, and whenever the money instruments are being coming into existence, they provide you with the basically the liquidity, profitability. These are the various features which are being provided to you. Then comes the proper short-term investment of fund. What does a short-term investment mean? Like the money market gives opportunity to the institution and the individuals to invest their funds in the short-term period. They don't have to wait for a very long period for the return. They are basically providing them with very short-term opportunities. Okay, you invest here and you will get a good return. So obviously it is providing you the various types of short-term investment opportunities. Now comes a capital market. So money market is basically when you are looking up for a short term requirements. Now the capital market is a market which have a long, or you can say indefinite maturity. Okay, so the maturity is not fixed. That means anything when you require a fund for more than 1 year, then you rely on the capital market. So in the capital market, you can raise your funds either from equity or from debt. So whenever you have to go for the equity, then you go for equity share, preference shares, then you go for the, you can say, various types of the preference share. That is the equity segment. Then coming on to the debt. Debt means debentures, zero coupon bond, deep discount bonds. So these are the various types of the instrument. Then is the hybrid instrument, that is which is having both the features of the debt as well as the equity, like convertible debentures and the warrants. Now the capital market can be further divided into three. How you can divide that capital market? The first is the industrial security market, government security market, and the long term loan market. So what is the industrial security market? See, as the basically it is a market where which is being established for the industrial securities like equity share, preference shares. So these are basically set up for the industrial unit. So here the main concern is to raise the capital, okay, by issue various shares. Okay, whenever an industrial company want to raise the funds, तो उसके पास क्या ऑप्शन रहता है बेटा? या तो वो इक्विटी शेयर फ्लोट करेगा मार्केट में, अदरवाइज वो क्या करेगा, प्रेफरेंस शेयर और या डिवेंचर. तो ये सब चीजें का ही ऑप्शन उसके पास रहता है. तो दैट इज द इंडस्ट्रियल सिक्योरिटी मार्केट. Now in the industrial security market, there are basically, you can say, two subdivision. The first one is the primary market and the second one is the secondary market. Primary market is a market for the issue of the new share. Whenever you have to float a new share, that comes under the heading of the primary market. So it is also known as the new issue market. So the primary market deal with those security which are issued to the public for the first time. Okay, so these are the primary market. So why it is being there? Because it facilitates capital formation. How it leads to the capital formation? Because you are able to generate more funds from the market because of the funds. Whenever equity shares are being floated, so obviously it leads to the capital formation. So that way, these are the funds which are being raised by these. Okay, then we can say that there are three types of shares. I mean, you can float three type of equity shares whenever you require funds in the primary market. How? First one, that is very common, you have heard of public issue, like the equity share are being issued to the public. So it is very simple, it is a public issue. Then come the right issue. Right issue is like whenever you can say an existing company, okay, they want, okay, we have to raise more funds for our company, then the existing shareholders are being provided with the right, okay, these are the security which we are going to basically float in the market. So they are being provided with the right, okay, you have a basically the right, so you can first grab those opportunity or grab those shares. So that is known as the right issue. Okay, then come the private placement. Whenever you can say you are selling privately to a small group, okay, I mean fixed कुछ एक लोगों को ही आप वो शेयर्स फ्लोट कर रहे हो, उन्हीं को दे रहे हो, दैट इज योर प्राइवेट प्लेसमेंट. These types of share are being issued in the primary market. Then come on to the secondary market. So the secondary market means a market for secondary sale of security. That means these are the shares which are not basically floated for the very first time. These are the shares which are already in the market, but they are being traded. So like they are being traded in the stock exchange and so these are the shares which are already in the market. So these are being traded like in the stock chain, and it provides what they provide. It provide continuous and regular market for buying and selling of security. अभी बाइंग एंड सेलिंग एक बार कंपनी ने जब इशू शेयर कर दिया, उसके बाद अगर आपको मान लो आज रिलायंस के शेयर लेने, तो आप कहाँ पे जाओगे? रिलायंस के पास नहीं जाओगे, देन यू गो टू द स्टॉक एक्सचेंज. सो दैट इज बेसिकली द सेकेंडरी मार्केट. So coming on to the secondary market, this market consists of all exchanges which are recognized by the government. Okay, so government security market. What is a government security market? It is also known as gilt-edged security. So ये कौन सी मार्केट रहती है? Where गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज आर ट्रेडेड. गवर्नमेंट की सिक्योरिटीज रहती है जहां पे हम वो ट्रेड करते हैं, उसको हम गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी मार्केट बोलते हैं. अभी गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटीज भी बेटा दो तरह की रहती है, एक होती है लॉन्ग टर्म, एक होती है शॉर्ट टर्म. जो लॉन्ग टर्म सिक्योरिटीज होती हैं वो मार्केट, दे आर ट्रेडेड इन द मार्केट. और जो शॉर्ट टर्म होती है वो कहाँ पे ट्रेड होती है? मनी मार्केट में. ओके, लॉन्ग टर्म जो होंगी वो कहाँ पे होंगी? कैपिटल मार्केट में. ठीक है. सो देन कम द लॉन्ग टर्म loan market, where development banks and commercial banks basically play a very important role. They provide you with the long term loans for these facilities. So they are like term loans, mortgage. So these are that. Now we have covered what is the financial market and what is these capital market and money market. Now we will read like what are the various financial institutions or the intermediaries which are, I mean, which are being there in the market. Okay. So the term financial intermediaries mean the one who is playing the role of basically the which intermediate, or you can say the facilitate the financial transaction. Like they are acting as a link between the provider of the loan and the person who requires the fund. So it is basically the intermediary role that is being played. So in financial market, there may be an organized sector, or you can say the unorganized sector. So same way, it is a capital market and the money market. Okay, same what we have read is like capital market intermediaries and the financial market. Now we will read about like what are the various types of the you can say the players which are being there in the market. So the capital market, long term, as I told you, these are like financial corporation or LIC. These are basically the capital market because they provide loan for the long period. Then for the money market, these are basically your commercial banks and the cooperative banks. So this is basically the example, although we have read of like what is the financial and what is the that one. Now financial institution, as I told you, banks, we have read of what are the banks. Now we have read of what is the non-banking financial intermediaries also. Now there are also various major financial intermediaries that are being available in the market. The first one is the managing agent. See, before the commencement of bank, there was the role of the managing agents. So these institutions at that time played a very important role in the industrial sector. Okay, उस टाइम में कुछ भी बैंक्स नहीं थे. अगर बैंक्स नहीं थे तो कैसे डेवलपमेंट के लिए बहुत सारे रोल जो ये मैनेजिंग एजेंट्स है इन्होंने प्रोवाइड किया था. बट मैनेजिंग एजेंट्स का एक ड्रॉबैक था बेटा, उसमें क्या था कि मैनेजमेंट ऑफ यू कैन से लाइक दे हैव वेरियस टाइप्स ऑफ लाइक जिसको उनको प्रोवाइड करना है, दे हैव द पार्शियल सिस्टम, दे बेसिकली एक्सट्रैक्ट योर मनी. मतलब आपको ऑब्वियसली कोई ऐसा स्टैंडर्ड प्रोसीजर तो नहीं था ना, इसको इंटरेस्ट ज्यादा लगाया, उसको कम लगाया. से दे डोंट फॉलो एनी रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशन. सो दैट इज अ सिनेरियो दैट इज, यू कैन से, before that commercial banks come into existence, or you say before they play a very prominent role. Before that these were the role of the banks which are, बैंक का जब तक रोल नहीं था, इतना उनको प्रोमिनेंट वो नहीं मिला था, उससे पहले किसका रहता था, इनका मैनेजिंग एजेंसीज का रहता था. Although they have played a very important role in the industrialization, they provided them with the various types of loan, but they are like, they have a partialist system. Okay, या तो partiality रहती थी उनके सिस्टम में, या क्या रहता था उनका कि ठीक है किसको प्रोवाइड करना है वो अपने हिसाब से बेटा इंटरेस्ट रेट रहता था. तो दैट वाज द बेसिकली द ड्रॉबैक ऑफ दिस सिस्टम. Then come the commercial banks. The banks basically, you know, we have already read this. What is a commercial bank? Now we read specialized financial institution. Like these are the institutions which have come up for specific purposes, like Industrial Financial Corporation of India. So what was it? The main purpose was for industrial sector only. Then was a State Finance Corporation. They provide loans for those companies. Okay, then the Industrial Credit and Investment Corporation. Like these institutions are being established to meet the requirement of capital in the industrial economy. So special features के लिए special आया था. अभी किसी कंपनी के लिए हर सेक्टर के लिए एक अलग सेक्टर आया था. आईडीबी आया था, इंडस्ट्रियल डेवलपमेंट बैंक ऑफ इंडिया आया था. तो इन सब के स्पेसिफिक पर्पस थे. तो अभी कैसे हमें पता है कि मेरा ये रिक्वायरमेंट है, आई विल हैव टू रीच दिस इंस्टीट्यूशन. सो दीज आर बेसिकली द स्पेशलाइज्ड फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन व्हिच आर बीइंग एस्टैब्लिश्ड. Then come the stock exchange. So stock exchange, most of you know like what is the stock exchange. So the stock exchange basically they act as they play a very very important role in the financial sector. Okay, they are the main key providers in the capital formation. So they stimulate the capital formation. Like how they, in a country like India where you can say the development program, the stock exchange play a very important role. Whenever you see in the post 70s scenario, when these equity shares and these share market tradings were not much, so the growth was very small, very less. So now with the growth of these markets, now the growth has increased, especially the industrial growth has increased because of these sectors only. So there are main 8 type of stock exchanges that are there in India: Mumbai Stock Exchange, Kolkata Stock Exchange. So these are the exchanges which are being recognized in India. Okay, so these are the stock exchanges that are there in India with the license they are holding. So what are the specialized financial intermediaries? Like the government of India have recently taken a leap in setting up financial, where some of them are like रिस्क कैपिटल एंड टेक्नोलॉजी कॉर्पोरेशन. तो इसका फंक्शन क्या था? दे प्रोवाइड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी फाइनेंस एंड द रिस्क कैपिटल. मतलब हर चीज के लिए बेटा टेक्नोलॉजी के लिए एक अलग बना दिया, देन टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलपमेंट के लिए उन्होंने एक अलग बनाया. जैसे व्हेनेवर अगर आप कोई भी डेवलपमेंट करना चाहते हो, आपने कोई नया वेंचर स्टार्ट किया जिसके लिए आपको न्यू टेक्नोलॉजी चाहिए, तो कंपनी जो टेक्नोलॉजी डेवलपमेंट एंड इंफॉर्मेशन कॉर्पोरेशन है वो लोन प्रोवाइड करती है. दीज आर द वेरी रिसेंट वन जो अभी अभी आई हैं. ठीक है. देन इज द लीजिंग एंड हायर परचेज. तो ये इसके लिए कि स्मॉल स्केल और जो मीडियम साइज एंटरप्राइज है उनको कुछ भी एक्वायर करना है, प्लांट या इक्विपमेंट डेवलपमेंट, उसके लिए आए थे. सो डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ फाइनेंशियल इंटरमीडिएरीज वर देयर, ताकि जिस हिसाब से आपकी जरूरत है आपको वैसा लोन इजीली अवेलेबल हो. Then is the mutual funds which are being set up by the commercial banks. ठीक है. अभी क्या रहता है, मैंने बताया था ना, म्यूचुअल फंड का फंक्शन बैंक प्रोवाइड करते हैं. कैसे? वो क्या करते हैं, फिर आपकी मोबिलाइज करते हैं ना सेविंग. जो ऑल्दो आप बैंक में रखोगे ऐसे ही सेविंग में, तो बोलते हैं ठीक है मैम आप हमें फंड दीजिए, हम लोग म्यूचुअल. Okay. Then come the financial services. See, there are various type of financial services that, like the emergence of financial system, like basically depend upon the financial services. So the financial services you can include various type of financial services. उसमें क्या रहता है बेटा? underwriting of shares. आपके ये सब किस में आते हैं? फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज में आते हैं. मनी प्रोवाइड करने के अलावा भी बहुत सारे फीचर्स, बहुत सारी सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड की जाती है, दैट आर कम अंडर द हेडिंग ऑफ द financial services. Now there is one term that is known as the bond market. So what is the bond market? और इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? डेट मार्केट या क्रेडिट मार्केट बोलते हैं. वो क्या रहती है? इट इज अ फाइनेंशियल मार्केट वेयर पार्टिसिपेंट कैन इशू न्यू डेट ठीक है, नया डेट इशू करेंगे कहाँ पे, अगर नया है तो कहाँ पे जाएगा, प्राइमरी में। और दे कैन बाय एंड सेल डेट इंस्ट्रूमेंट, वो कहाँ पे जाएंगे, जो ऑलरेडी इशूड है अगर आप उसको बाय और सेल करते हो दैट मीन्स दे आर इनटू द secondary market. So the bond you can say it is like a basically a trade debit market or a credit market. इसमें क्या रहता है बेटा, या तो अभी क्या रहता है, अभी आपने नया इशू किया शेयर, या फिर आपने पुराने शेयर को परचेज किया या वो सेल किया, दैट कम्स अंडर द bond market. So the bond make fixed periodic payment and actually repay the principal amount on the maturity. या तो आपका बेटा क्या रहता है कि हम हर 3 महीने के बाद पे कर रहे हैं, फिक्स टाइम आपने पे करिए, या at the time of maturity, that is at the one time you pay the amount, so that is the bond market. So these are basically the feature. First, like moreover investment can earn profit if they resell the bonds at a higher price in the secondary market. अभी क्या हुआ, आपने एक शेयर परचेज किया बेटा, उसको थोड़ा टाइम रखा, फिर आपने देखा कि इसकी प्राइसेस बढ़ रही है, तो आपने उसको सेकेंडरी मार्केट में सेल कर दिया. So basically you are earning profit from that. So the bond market basically is divided into two, same way, primary market and the secondary market. So the primary market, like whenever you are going for the new share, it lead to the creation of a new debt. Whereas in secondary, you basically sold the share which are being already floated in the market. So that is the secondary market. So the bond market, this is like an over the counter market, meaning that there is no trading floor. आपको NSE, stock exchange ये सब में नहीं, आप on the उसी टाइम पे इसका परचेजिंग हो रहा है. सो दिस इज द बेसिकली द बॉन्ड मार्केट. नाउ if you ask about the various types of a bond, first one is the government bond. Government bonds means like ki they are issued to issue capital for infrastructure, roads, power. गवर्नमेंट के बॉन्ड्स रहते हैं, वो बेसिकली फ्लोट होते हैं मार्केट में, उनको परचेज करता है गवर्नमेंट. उससे जो बेटा पैसा रेज होता है वो किसके लिए डिवेलप करेगा, वो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर फैसिलिटीज पे इन्वेस्ट करेगा, लाइक रोड पे, पावर पे, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी पे. दीज कम अंडर द गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स. सो इस पे क्या रहता है, जनरली ये किस पे फेस रहते हैं, लिस्टेड इनको रहता है बॉन्ड, लाइक व्हेनेवर these bonds are being issued, तो लोग इसको लेते हैं, तो गवर्नमेंट को इससे फंड्स रेज करने में हेल्प होती है. सो दे आर बेसिकली वेरी सेफ. ओके, दैट इज वाई जिसको भी लगता है कि हाँ मुझे ज्यादा रिस्क ही नहीं लेना है, तो दोज पीपल इन्वेस्ट ऑन द गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स ओनली. देन इज अ कॉर्पोरेट बॉन्ड. कॉर्पोरेट बॉन्ड्स इज लाइक whenever a company want to raise to raise capital, either it should be for expansion or you can say for a new project, or they want to float a new capital, so they go for the corporate bond. That is basically long term and they have a maturity of a very high period. Okay, so corporate bonds आप issue करते हो, जैसे आपकी कंपनी की equity capital that comes. Okay, then is the municipal bonds that are basically issued by the local bodies. Local bodies issue करती हैं, तो ये रहता है municipal bond के अंदर, like local government. Okay, then is a commodity exchange. So the commodity exchange, if you read, is an organized market that function under established rules. ठीक है, अभी commodity markets के बेटा क्या रहते हैं, commodity market आपको पता है ना, ये wheat, cotton, इसके लिए जो market रहती है, हम बोलते हैं ना wholesale market. So that is basically the commodity market. So some manufacture products like gunny bags, clothing. So you can understand of like this commodity means wheat, jute, these are the commodities. Okay, so these products, whenever they are fit for this market or not, we find these characteristics. First, their homogeneity. Mind, whenever we are going into the market, everyone is categorizing it as, okay, this is a wheat market, this is a rice market, this is a, like they are homogene project. The basic thing that is being sold over there is basically the homogeneity. Okay, so sabhi ke paas ek jaisa product hai, although it may vary on the quality aspect, but although it is homogeneity. Then is durability. That means that this market is there for the longer period. Okay, then is gradability, that you can give them the grade. Okay, this is the fine quality wheat, then this is the quality second grade and all that. Then the price fluctuation and open supply, like the prices which are being established after we check of what is the demand and what is the supply. So what are the, you can say, the various objectives of a commodity exchange? ये provide you with the open platform for the interaction. तो वहां पे क्या होता है, जो भी प्राइसेस होती है बेटा वो डिमांड और सप्लाई के हिसाब से फिक्स की जाती हैं. ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको जो अच्छा लग रहा है कि आप वो प्राइस फिक्स कर रहे हो. नो, यू आर फिक्सिंग द प्राइस ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द demand force as well as the supply force. Then in buying and selling, trading practices and actual working of the organized sector are governed by the code of rules and regulation. See, whatsoever is the commodity market you are going for the trading, they have a fixed rule and regulation. They are not like कि ठीक है कि आपका कुछ भी रहा आप उसके हिसाब से नहीं, उनका फिक्स्ड रहता है कि इतने से नीचे नहीं करना. These are the prices which are being fixed. So these are being you can say there are various rules and regulations. Then only register the prices reflecting the process of demand and supply. मतलब जो भी है prices जो है that are being regulated by the demand and the supply. So what are the you can say the various function. The first one, that is it provide a marketplace. Like it gives you a convenient place where the member can mix. Okay, they can fix, okay, at this time, after this time, after every 1 year, after every 1 month, or after when whatsoever it is, they can fix their timing, and according to that they can go there for trading. So this is basically, you can say, they have various rules and regulations are being established, so it becomes very convenient for everyone. Then is regulating the trading. So regulating trading means that they have a fixed rules and regulation that are being established, and everyone will follow those rules and regulations. Then is collecting and disseminating market information. Whenever you can see the buyer and seller on the commodity enter into a deal, so after making an assessment, the trend prices, what are the prices and all that, so these are be after those reading those, they enter into trading. So that they are like, you can say, whatever the necessary information or data which they want, it is being published. Okay, तो ठीक है, इतना rate रहने वाला है, ये सब चीजें published, and they can easily get the information over there. Then is the grading of commodities. The commodities are being traded in this manner, like according to their quality. What is their quality? So they are being graded according to that. Then is settling dispute through arbitration, means they have fixed सेट ऑफ बोर्ड मेंबर्स रहते हैं कि अगर कुछ भी बेटा अगर आपका वो रहता है कि हाँ डिस्प्यूट है, आई एम नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विद द प्राइसेस, और इधर आई एम नॉट सेटिस्फाइड विद द क्वालिटी, सो आई हैव अ settling board over there where my disputes will be being settled over there. So these are the settling disputes through arbitration. That means there is a fixed members authority that are being regulated, that are being taking care of all the disputes which may arise due to the trading of that. So that is the settling disputes through the arbitration. Then is the foreign exchange market. So the last one that is there is a foreign exchange market. All of you know like what is a foreign exchange market. So just a second. Foreign exchange market, okay. So the foreign exchange market, you can say it is basically a market where buyer and sellers are involved in the sale and purchase of foreign currency. इतना तो हमें समझ में आता है. Foreign exchange market में क्या है, दो different currencies हैं and they are being traded in that market. So this is like the, you can say, the scenario or the structure. First there is a central bank, then the brokers, then the commercial bank, and the exporter. Okay, now how come like the functions of the foreign exchange bank? First is the transfer function. So the transfer function means whenever you are into the trading of something or you want foreign currency, then with the help of this foreign exchange market, you can easily transfer the money from one country to another because of this foreign exchange market. Now, either if you are in India, you have a business set up with some other company and you want to purchase something from, you can say, US. So you can come, then you can have through the foreign exchange market, you can easily convert your currency. So that is a function which is being performed by the foreign exchange market. Then is the credit function. See, the foreign exchange market basically provide a short-term credit to the importer so as to like, so that the flow of the goods and services from one country to another is being facilitated. अभी कैसे रहेगा, आज के टाइम में अगर आपको बेटा सपोज अगर मुझे कहीं पे इंपोर्ट करना है गुड या कुछ करना है, तो मैं कैसे फॉरेन एक्सचेंज मार्केट से अभी वो सब इजी हो गया है. आई डोंट हैव टू फाइंड आउट ओके लाइक हाउ आई कैन ट्रेड विद अ फॉरेन कंट्री. विद द हेल्प ऑफ द फॉरेन एक्सचेंज मार्केट द मनी कैन बी इजीली प्रोवाइडेड टू यू एंड यू कैन इजीली ट्रेड दैट. Then is the hedging function. The hedging function is like whenever these parties are being there, they are obviously very whenever you are dealing with the foreign exchange, there is always a fear in your mind about the fluctuation in the exchange rate. Okay, so the change in exchange rate result in either you can gain from that, or you can say you can have a loss. Okay, so that is the feature. Like, what is the hedging function? Like, you can secure your money with the foreign exchange. How? Like, you can trade in, okay, whatsoever the prices in future may be, I will pay you this much amount. This is known as the hedging function, that the prices are being pre-established by you. Then is the types of the foreign exchange market. I have given like what is a spot, forward, future. We will read this in a future. Okay, अभी next chapter जब आएगा बेटा, उसमें हम ये सब चीजें डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे. Then is the participants in the foreign exchange market. जो मैंने अभी आपको pyramid दिखाया था, उसमें सबसे पहले क्या था? Commercial bank. So the commercial bank means they are basically the banks which are, you can say, the any company, any commercial bank. Okay, they provide a very important role in the दिस फॉरेन एक्सचेंज मार्केट. अभी कैसे आपको अगर कुछ भी फॉरेन ट्रेड एक्सचेंज करना है या फॉरेन एक्सचेंज के लिए कुछ भी करना है, तो आप कमर्शियल बैंक को इजीली आप वहां पे अप्रोच कर सकते हो. देन यू आर बीइंग प्रोवाइडेड विद द दिस फैसिलिटी. देन इज द फॉरेन एक्सचेंज ब्रोकर. व्हाट इज अ फॉरेन एक्सचेंज ब्रोकर? which act as a link between the persons. Okay, one who is dealing with the foreign currency. अभी दो लोगों के बीच में act as a link. Okay, that are the foreign exchange brokers. So there are very much, you can say, a lot of brokers that are being established as they have a license with them, so they are being traded. Okay, तो वहां पे उनके साथ trading आप कर सकते हो. Then is the central bank. Central bank is obviously your every company, every country has a central bank. So for us, it's the RBI. So central bank basically intervene in the market to maintain the exchange rate. Just a second. Okay. Then come the central bank. As I told you, the role, the whenever, if you look into the main bank, so that is your central bank. Like in our case, it's RBI. So every country whosoever is trading in the foreign exchange will have a central bank, and that is the one which is playing the main, or you can say the prominent role in the foreign exchange market. Then come the MNCs. MNCs like the multinational company. Like after these multinational companies have come into existence, so the role of the foreign exchange has increased a lot, because now your trading is not, you can say, fixed to a particular country. Once you are in India, you are not only trading in India only, you may be trading with USA, UAE, everywhere. So that is the role of the MNC. They play a very important role because of this MNC culture. The role of the financial sector or the foreign exchange market has increased a lot. Okay. Then is the individuals and the small business. So even a small businessman, now they also look into the foreign exchange so as to facilitate execution of commercial or investment transaction. So the role of the financial exchange transaction is important to all those sectors for the growth of them. Then what is a cryptocurrency? One of you was supposed to tell me about the cryptocurrency. I supposed, so who was it for cryptocurrency? Tell me. Cryptocurrency, anyone? पढ़ा था उस दिन जब मैंने बोला था बेटा, या पढ़ा भी नहीं था? Tell me.
Yes, ma'am, we have read it.
You have read it? Okay, fine. So it will become a bit easy for you to understand, like what is a cryptocurrency. Like we know about what is a currency. So cryptocurrency is nothing. It is basically a digital currency which is designed to function as a medium of exchange. So for that, you don't need to require that physical currency with you. It is basically a digital currency. So it is not of the shape of any physical currency. It is basically a digital currencies. So why it has come into, so as to avoid, you can say, so as to secure the transaction, they have come into existence. They are known as a cryptocurrency. So the technology of cryptography is used to secure the transaction, to control the creation of additional units, and to verify the transfer of assets. तो ये किसके लिए आए थे? ताकि कैसे आपकी जो ट्रांजैक्शन हो वो बहुत ज्यादा सिक्योर हो, and to creation of additional unit, like whatsoever you are coming up with the additional unit. So various type of cryptocurrency were there in the market. So the main, the starting that was in that has come into existence, the starting was the history, if you look into, is the Bitcoin. Then come the Ethereum and the Prime coin. Okay, but start, अगर आज भी आप cryptocurrency बेटा बोलोगे तो most of the people know, okay, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is basically the prominent example of the cryptocurrency. So what is the, you can say, the technology that is being used is the cryptography. Like what is become, it becomes impossible to, you can't double spend. So it is basically a more secure thing that is being has come into existence, that is known as the cryptocurrency. So Bitcoin is the main example of this. And why it is being, if you look into the cryptocurrency, they are decentralized and are produced by the entire system collectively at the rate which is defined by the system and which is publicly known. ठीक है, अभी रेट जो है वो बेटा publicly known होता है और पहले से defined होता है, okay, this is the rate which is being fixed out. So it was based on a, you can say what method, it was based on a blockchain, or you can say a large set of data that represent every Bitcoin transaction. So this is how these things work on. Now, what are the, you can say, the various advantages? The first advantage that is there is the cryptocurrencies have been appreciated throughout the world. Why? First, they are easily transferable with the minimum processing fees. इसका processing fees बहुत कम रहता है and they are easily transferred. Then is the portability. Then you can say these are being divisible very easily. You can divide it because these are not something which are your physical assets. So these are the things which are, these are the things which are, you can say, is the only into the digital form only. You don't need to process them. Okay. Then is resistance to the inflation. Whenever you resist to the inflation, this is the being the advantage of this method, because inflation aspect is being covered into this. So these are the basically the, you can say, the advantages. Now the Bitcoin, I have given you the various features about this. The first thing that when it comes into existence, it may be asked you in the MCQ. So the Bitcoin is basically the first decentralized cryptocurrency which has come into existence in 2009. So what features it have? It has the same feature, like there is no physical, only no physical currency is there. It is only in the, you can say, the digital form only. So it is deregulated and it maintains the anonymity of its holders. So these are the basically the features of the Bitcoin. So after this, we have one thing that we have to cover is the derivative market. Or actually the thing is that PDF is not with me, but although when I share with that, you will find that derivative market also. I'll add that in this. Okay. So what is the derivative? See, a derivative is basically a financial instrument which have basically the three characteristics. Always remember, its value change in response to the change in the price of the underlying financial assets. Means उसकी खुद की value कुछ नहीं है, उसकी value किससे आती है? जो underlying financial asset होता है, जिससे वो अपनी value derive करता है. Okay. Then it requires no, or you can say very initial investment. बहुत कम investment होती है, and it is settled at a future date. Okay. So what is a derivative? अगर आपको कोई example पूछे, so derivative is basically a financial instrument which derives its value from the underlying asset. So the underlying asset क्या हो सकता है उसमें? The underlying asset could be anything like currency, stock, government bond, and the interest bearing stock. Okay. So these are basically the derivative. अगर आपको कोई derivative की example पूछता तो क्या है? The financial instrument which derives their value from the value of some underlying asset. So then come the derivatives. So if you read about the derivative, there are basically two types of derivative you will read about. The first one is the future derivative की example कैसे रहती है बेटा? Like derivatives, you can say are traded through what? Like they can be either traded over the counter or the exchange. Okay. Over the counter derivative have a greater proportions. They are basically unregulated. और जो ट्रेडिंग जो डेरिवेटिव जो हम एक्सचेंज पे होते हैं वो स्टैंडर्डाइज होते हैं, ठीक है। अभी जो डेरिवेटिव आपके ओवर द काउंटर होते हैं वो स्टैंडर्डाइज नहीं होते बेटा, दे आर अकॉर्डिंग टू यू कैन से दे आर बेसिकली अनरेगुलेटेड वन। सो दीज आर द टू टाइप्स ऑफ द डेरिवेटिव्स। सो अगर अभी डेरिवेटिव कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स रहेंगे, व्हाट आर द वेरियस टाइप्स ऑफ द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, इफ यू लर्न अबाउट दोस, the first one that will be there is the forward, future, option and swap. This question will be there in your MCQ. First one, what is a derivative? So derivative is something which derives its value from the underlying financial asset. This is a very simple example. Okay, so whenever you can see the various types of a derivative contract, तो अभी मैं आपको वो बताती हूँ बेटा। फर्स्ट मैंने आपको बताया फॉरवर्ड, देन इज द फ्यूचर, देन इज योर option, and the last one that is the swap. What is a future?
Ma'am, a future are a standardized contract and they are traded on exchange basis.
Future contract are basically when we make a contract to hedge against the risk during a particular period of a time, ठीक है। अभी क्या रहता है, if you can see into the future, it is a financial contract। वहां पे क्या रहता है बेटा, obligating the buyer to purchase an asset, या उसको परचेज या सेलिंग का एक ऑप्शन हम देते हैं एट अ प्री डिटरमाइंड फ्यूचर डेट एंड प्राइस। आपकी डेट भी आज ही फिक्स्ड हो जाएगी बेटा, प्राइस भी आज ही फिक्स हो जाएगी। तो उसके लिए क्या होता है, आपकी क्या हो जाएगा, आपकी प्राइसेस बढ़े या कम हो, आपको उससे कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ने वाला। दैट इज नोन एज अ फ्यूचर। ओके, सो बेसिकली यू कैन से why it is being used. If somebody asks you what is the purpose, what is the purpose? एक तो बेटा क्या रहता है, अगर फ्लक्चुएशंस होती हैं प्राइस में, मतलब करेंसी वो रहती है, फ्लक्चुएशंस रहती हैं, तो उसको कवर करने के लिए हम लोगों ने ये लेके आए थे, हेजिंग को कंट्रोल करने के लिए दीज कॉन्ट्रैक्ट्स वर बीइंग मेड। एंड व्हाट इज एन ऑप्शन? सी इन अ फ्यूचर there is being an, you can say you are entering into a contract to hedge against the risk, okay, but in option here the buyer have the right but not the obligation। उसके पास एक right रहता है that they can enter or they can buy or sell the asset, but they are not under an obligation that they have to do this. No, they are just provided with the option that they are basically given an obligation, not they are not given any obligation, they are just given a right. Okay, if you want you can, and if you don't then it is up to your choice. So here what is it, it can be of a two types. What is the two types of option? Call option and a put option. What is a call option?
Ma'am, call options give the buyer rights but not the obligations to buy the underlying assets.
Yes. So they give the right to buy an asset, okay, at a financial security, or you can say at a certain price within a specified period, okay. So the right to buy an asset is called a call option. And what is a buy option? Put
Ma'am, right
option.
to sell, right to sell.
Yes. So right to buy is your call option and right to buy sell is your put option. So these are the various types of the options that are being there. Then the other thing that will be there is the American option and the European options. What is this? What is the American option? Like depending upon the right to exercise the option and the time available for it, the option can also be like, we can say it either it is an American option or European option. American options can be exercised at any time between the date of purchase and the expiration. किसी भी time पे आप उसको वो कर सकते हो, exercise कर सकते हो. European options can be exercised only at the expiry date. ठीक है, वो एक ही टाइम पे आप कर सकते हो जब एक्सपायरी डेट आया, बट जो अमेरिकन ऑप्शन है वो आप उस टाइम स्पैन के बीच में कभी भी कर सकते हो, दैट इज नोन एज द अमेरिकन ऑप्शन। सो नाउ व्हाट इज द नीड फॉर दैट ऑप्शन? सेम वे, व्हाई, like first it is being there for the purpose like for the speculation, then is for the hedging. So this is basically you can say the function, like what is the basic purpose for that. And if I ask you what is the difference between a future and an option?
Future and
Future and option. द मेन फीचर, अगर बहुत बड़ा मेन डिफरेंस रहता है तो दोनों में बेटा ये रहता है, जो फ्यूचर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रहता है ना वो कंपल्सरी आपको एक्सरसाइज करना रहता है, जबकि ऑप्शन में आपके पास एक राइट रहता है, इफ यू वांट यू विल डू इट एंड इफ यू डोंट वांट यू डोंट हैव इट, सो इट इज बेसिकली योर राइट, इट इज नॉट एन ऑब्लिगेशन, बट वेयर एज इन अ यू कैन से अ फ्यूचर you are under an obligation that you have to do that. Okay, so that is the difference between these two. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what are, you can say, the various participants in the derivative market? Who are the various derivative market में participants कौन रहते हैं? Hedgers, speculator, arbitrators. So who are the hedgers? The one who want to use these contracts, either future or option, so that they can reduce or basically eliminate the risk. जो risk को खत्म करने के लिए या कम करने के लिए जिसका यूज करते हैं, they are known as the hedgers. Okay, so who are the speculator? जो डिपेंड, जो क्या करते हैं, आपकी फ्यूचर मूवमेंट पे बेटा बेट करते हैं ना, ओके इन फ्यूचर दिस विल बी द प्राइस और दैट विल बी द प्राइस, सो दे आर बेसिकली योर स्पेक्युलेटर. एंड व्हाट आर द आर्बिट्रेजर्स? दो प्राइसेस के बीच में जब डिफरेंस रहता है ना बेटा, उसका जो बेनिफिट उठाता है उसको आर्बिट्रेजर बोलते हैं. ओके, अगर आपने आज के टाइम में एक मार्केट में लिया 10 रुपीज, तो कल आपने दूसरी मार्केट में देखा वहां पे 20 पे उसको सेल कर दिया, द पर्सन हु इज बेसिकली डीलिंग विद ऑल दीज टाइप्स इज नोन एज द आर्बिट्रेजर. ओके, इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now we have covered out like what are the functions of the bank. We have covered about the financial market. Now I have covered with the this future and the option, what is a call option or the this put option. Once I give you the PDF, I'll share that only. Today actually I missed that PDF with me, I don't know how come, but वो मेरे से मिस हो गया है बेटा. ठीक है, अभी कैसे रहते हैं बेटा, फॉरेन एक्सचेंज मार्केट भी हो गया हमारा, एंड क्रिप्टो करेंसी एज वेल एज द बिटकॉइन. Okay, and commodity market we have covered about that. So this first unit is being completed. So okay, so our first unit is being completed. Now after that we will cover with our second unit, that will be the money market. So some terms which I want to specifically answer you, I mean I want to ask you that you should read about those, is the future options. What is a future, what is a option, what is a call option, what is a put option. ये कैसे रहते हैं, ये आपको आने ही वाले हैं एमसीक्यू में. ठीक है, और एक सेकंड बेटा, एक मुझे आपको बताना था. Actually, I think I have missed that PDF with me. Actually, मुझे उसमें MCQ थे थोड़े आपको देने, but anyhow I have missed that. I don't know how come. ठीक है, वो मैं आपको दे दूंगी बेटा इस यूनिट का PDF में देती हूँ आपको, उसमें आपको समझ में आ जाएगा. Now our second unit which we will be covering will be our money market. So we have read about like what is a money market. We already know like what is a money market. Okay, that is the transaction which are being done for the short period so that we can raise the capital for the working capital requirement. So this will be our money market. So now like what were the various money market instrument? So what were the various money market instrument? Like call, and you can say call, notice money, treasury bill, commercial paper, then is the intercorporate deposit. So these are the various money market instruments that are prevalent in the market. Then money market basically you can differ on the basis of like what is a purpose, or you can say what is a maturity. अभी कैसे रहता है, हम अपने हिसाब से देखते हैं ना किस टाइम हमें पैसा चाहिए, and accordingly we plan like from where we have to get that money, or where from where we can have that money. So that is known as the basically the purpose of that. Now coming on to the money market. Money market को भी बेटा हम दो तरह से डिवाइड करेंगे, एक होता है ऑर्गेनाइज्ड, एक होता है अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड. तो ऑर्गेनाइज्ड में हमारे सब चीजें आती हैं. क्या आता है ऑर्गेनाइज्ड में? कॉल मनी, ट्रेजरी मनी, देन इज अ कमर्शियल बिल, commercial papers. So these all come under the organized sector. अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड सेक्टर में बेटा क्या आते हैं आपके? इंडिजिनस बैंकर. सो व्हाट इज द इंडिजिनस बैंकर? व्हाट आर इंडिजिनस बैंकर? जो बेटा आपके इंडिविजुअल्स या कोई प्राइवेट फर्म्स होती है ना, जो बिजनेस में होती है, रिसीविंग डिपॉजिट एंड गिविंग लोन, दे आर नोन एज द indigenous banker. Like they are not the commercial bank, but they play, you can say they act as a mini bank for you. तो उनको हम बोलते हैं indigenous bankers. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So they are they are the basically the indigenous banker. Then is the money lenders. So the role of the money lender, all of you know, like before this post pre-independence में भी कैसे रहता था, इनका role सबसे ज्यादा रहता था to provide the loans. But to cover those things, like what are the various, you can say that drawbacks of this system, that they basically you can say they charge the interest according to their only you can say benefit of themselves, they keep into the mind, and accordingly they charge the money. So they are, you can say, the money lenders. So वो small and money lenders पहले villages में अभी भी कैसे रहता है, लोगों को लगता है ठीक है अभी भी बहुत लोग इन पे rely करते हैं for that, but now most बैंक्स भी आ गए हैं, और मैंने आपको उस दिन भी बोला था अभी कैसे रहता है ना, स्पेशली स्मॉल हेल्प ग्रुप्स आए हैं, चाहे वुमेन्स एंटरप्रेन्योर्स या किसी एंटरप्रेन्योर्स के लिए, तो वो एक्ट करते हैं so that they can provide the persons with the loans so that they don't fall into the trap of these money lenders. Then the other thing that will come under the unregulated one is the unregulated non-banker financial intermediaries, जिसको हम बोलते हैं ना चिट फंड्स, वो सब बेटा इसमें आते हैं, जो आपके चिट फंड्स वगैरह रहते हो ना, वो आते हैं नॉन बैंकिंग फाइनेंशियल इंटरमीडिएरीज में. नाउ द रेगुलेटेड मनी मार्केट में हम क्या रीड करेंगे बेटा, लाइक व्हाट इज अ कॉल मनी. व्हाट इज अ कॉल मनी? कॉल मनी बेटा वो रहता है जो मनी मार्केट में हम लेंड करते हैं फॉर 1 डे. ओके, सो मनी इज जस्ट लेंट एंड बोरोड फॉर 1 डे. सिर्फ एक दिन के लिए पैसा दिया और लिया जाता है, दैट इज नोन एज द कॉल मनी. ओके, for a very short span of a time. Then is the treasury bill. What is a treasury bill? See, these are the instrument which are for the sale and purchase of short term payment securities. जो short term securities के लिए बेटा रहते हैं ना, उनको हम treasury bills बोलते हैं. ये किसके बिहाफ पे? आरबीआई के बिहाफ पे, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया के बिहाफ पे आती हैं. These are known as the treasury bill. So we will read about all this in our second unit. Okay. अभी इसमें क्या डिफरेंस रहेगा बेटा, देखो हर फैक्टर, अभी कौन कौन से इंस्ट्रूमेंट हमें एक्सेप्ट करना है, कहाँ से पैसा लेना है, वो किस पे डिपेंड करता है कि हमारा उसका फीचर क्या है, किसका उसका मतलब क्या उसका मेच्योरिटी पीरियड है. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया अभी कैसे रहता है, बहुत सारे फंड्स रहते हैं, ठीक है ना. अभी ये हो गया ट्रेजरी बिल हो गया, देन इज द कॉल मनी. तो उनके क्या रहेगा, किसका कितना टाइम है. कॉल मनी का कैसे वन डे है, दे आर बीइंग लेंट फॉर जस्ट 1 डे, सो दैट इज द main feature of that. Then is the, you can say, where what are the various participants, like for the money market. कैपिटल मार्केट के हमें पता है, मनी मार्केट के कौन रहेंगे बेटा पार्टिसिपेंट, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट रहेगा क्योंकि ट्रेजरी बिल आया सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट. देन इज द पब्लिक सेक्टर यूनिट्स, जो कमर्शियल पेपर्स को इशू करेगा कौन करेगा, आपके पब्लिक सेक्टर यूनिट्स करेंगे. तो उसके बाद क्या आएगा, आपकी इंश्योरेंस की कंपनीज आएंगी. then will come your mutual funds. So all these will be the players in the money market from whom you can have the monies. Okay, is it clear? So all this we will read in our second unit. So in first unit, I hope it is clear. In case you have any doubt, you can ask me. I still have 5 minutes with me. If you want, you can ask me. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So just a second.
Ma'am, one doubt.
Yeah.
Ma'am, in derivative, we have two types: future and forward, and option and swaps, right?
Yes.
Ma'am, what is swap?
Okay. You don't know about swap?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I'll explain that about swap. You want me to show with the PDF? Just
No, ma'am,
second.
you can explain.
Okay, just a second. Let me check. I think I have a PDF with me. Actually, I have find out that thing. I didn't know. मैंने वो लिखा भी था specially आपके लिए ताकि आपको वो रोल भी समझ में आ जाएगा. But anyhow, I have missed that. Just give me a second. I'll explain you. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, just a second. Okay. See, Ankur, what I do is I'll give the PDF to you. I think I have missed that PDF with me. Okay. So it will become more clear to you because see that way I'll explain like what I have shown you with the future and the option. The same way I have worked with that. I don't know how it actually I missed that. So the swap will become more clear. It is basically a derivative instrument which basically deal with the dealings of that. Okay. तो हम swap करते हैं एक currency को दूसरे currency के against, but there are certain feature which will give you the more explanation. So I don't know how come I have missed that. So just with this PDF, I'll give you that swap only. Okay.
Okay, ma'am, no issue.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. Actually, I especially find out that options. मैंने उसमें डाल के दिया था बेटा, पर वो मिस हुआ है इसमें से. I think मेरा ये पुराना PDF डाउनलोड हो गया है. I'll
It's
give
okay,
you.
ma'am.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, just a second. Do you know about what is the ADR and what is the GDR? ADR and GDR पता है क्या बेटा आपको?
No, ma'am.
देखो, एक होता है बेटा अमेरिकन डिपॉजिट रिसीट, एक होता है हमारा ग्लोबल डिपॉजिटरी रिसीट. These are basically the instrument which are being there for the foreign exchange. ठीक है, फॉरेन एक्सचेंज के लिए बेटा ये स्पेशली हम लोग जब भी ट्रेडिंग करते हैं ना, ये डिपॉजिट रिसीट्स में हम लोग डील करते हैं. ठीक है, these are known as the various types of the instrument that are being there. Okay, ADR as well as the GDR. In this chapter, I'll give you the explanation about like future and the options. So although I have missed that swap part, but I'll still try. I'll explain like what are these swap. Okay, just a second. I think I have got that PDF. Just a second. So you can say a swap is basically a derivative contract through which two parties, okay, whatsoever parties you decide, they basically exchange the cash flows between two different financial instrument. दो financial instrument के लिए dealing के लिए हम लोग specially ये लेके आते हैं. Okay, so what was the purpose for that? It is basically the purpose was the same, like they are being given for that purpose only, hedging and for the speculation. Like a company paying a variable rate of interest may swap it interest payment with another company that will then pay the company at a fixed rate. एक है कंपनी जिसका वेरिएबल है, एक कंपनी है जिसका फिक्स्ड है, तो वो दोनों इंटरेस्ट रेट आपस में स्वैप कर लेंगे ताकि एक्सचेंज रेट एक तरफ फिक्स्ड हो गया, दैट दे विल पे द फिक्स्ड इंटरेस्ट रेट, दैट इज नोन एज द स्वैप. ओके.
Okay, ma'am.
या. Okay, then I'll give you this PDF most probably by tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
ma'am.
thanks a lot. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.